Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to create a linear scale with D3. The bar and scatter plot charts have plotted data directly onto the SVG canvas. However, if the height of a bar or one of the data points were larger than the SVG height or width of the values, it would be outside the SVG area. In D3, there are scales to help plot the data. Scales are functions that tell the program how to map a set of raw data points onto the pixels of the SVG canvas. For example, say you have 100 by 500 sized SVG canvas and you want to plot the gross domestic product of a number of countries. The set of numbers would be billion or trillion dollar range, and you provide a D3 type scale to tell it how to place larger values onto the 100 by 500 sized area. So yeah, in this example, if you had bars that were, a million data points tall, they would not fit on the 100 by 500 SVG canvas at all. So what you need to do is take the 100 by 500 and assign it to a data range. And so that's what we're going to do here. So it's unlikely you would want to plot raw data as is. So if you were to plot raw data as is on here, you'd have points of like 5 and 200, 10 and 300. But if you have 1994 and 6 million, it's just not going to show up on a 100 by 500 if you were to do raw data as is. So before plotting it, you set the scale for your entire data set so that the X and Y values fit the canvas width and height. D3 has several scale types. For a linear scale, usually used with quantitative data, this is the D3 method, scale linear. So here we've got a method where we create a constant called scale and we set it equal to D3 with the method of scale linear. By default, a scale uses the identity relationship. The value of the input is the same as the value of the output. A separate challenge covers how to change this. So we want to change the scale variable to create a linear scale. So right here we can see we have a scale variable and we want to create a linear scale, and it's set to undefined right now. Change this and then set the output variable to get to the scale called with an input argument of 50. Okay, so the first thing that we'll do is we're just going to say, I'm going to pull this out just so it's a little easier to read. We don't need this undefined here, so we can just get rid of this. We're going to say d3.scale linear and then call the scale with an argument here. Then set the output variable to the scale called with an input argument of 50. So scale with the input argument of 50. All right. Now let's run the test, see what happens. Okay, so that's what they wanted to do initially. So this is just describing us the process. So basically they're trying to just get you to understand what this does. You set D3 is to the linear scale, and then you have a scale element, and then your scale is a function which you can pass arguments to. So we did pass in 50, and right here we're just taking the body, appending the text of the output. So apparently we're just appending the output as text. Cool, hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll see you in the next lesson.